solo is hot though. Like I want to go on with the show, but this man is going in right now. Oh, that was hot. Man, who did that solo? Shout out to everyone here on the live. Thank you for coming on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for calling yourself crypto lifers and jumping on into the live stream. You, my friends, are the winners. You, my friends, are the ones who will make it to the finish line with the crypto lifer. We will go through this every single day. Sorry to be a little early today, but, you know, I got big plans. Got to run around. Got to get the best out of this last few days of 2022. So we take a look at 2022. We take a look at Bitcoin. We talked about this being a rising wedge that could fall and break to the downside. It did. What I don't want to see and what I talked about is that I don't want to see us breaking back into this pattern area. Bitcoin can hit here, 46.6, but it cannot get back in here to 43,000. If it does that, I mean, it's a falling wedge that could break down again, and then we could be looking at a really far down target here, which, you know, so we could negate the idea that we broke out of the falling wedge. However, the daily, slowly moving down. We got wicked up on the daily time frame yesterday, despite us being pushed down. I mean, that's kind of a bullish momentum whenever the daily is pushing down, but we got a wick to the upside. Interesting. Last wick we got to the upside this size is pretty big, did push us up. Same thing, when we get a wick to the upside, right, from the downside, pushes us down. Tweezer tops, look, 2 wicks together. Highly likely you're going to make a dump too as well. Remember, 2 together. So just got to put that out there, just got to make it known so you can see what I'm talking about and pick up what I'm putting down here. So the daily time frame, still, we got to wait this out. There's more downside, in my humble opinion, from what I've seen in my lifetime. I mean, the last time the daily dump, we came from 57 and we went to a low of 47, $10,000 dump. Here it's 51, went to a low of 46. Hopefully the dumps are getting less and less, but we shall see. We shall see. That's what you hope, like dump, less of a dump, little dump, and then you get out and you start rounding out, you know. We are rounding that bottom. Let's round that bottom for Bitcoin and see what's going down here. So we are rounding, see, we're rounding that bottom. You know, in my humble opinion, we could be doing this. And see what I'm saying? A little more of a dip, a huge pump on the daily, and that's the oscillation on the four. And see how that's going to oscillate? We're going to come down and up. Projecting into the future. So beautiful, right? So we could cup and handle, and we could be at 51K literally end of January, right? So this could be long-term consolidation. Up and down, up and down. It may take us a very long time. At the end of the day, I'm not really believing we're in a bull run. Right now, I'm in the middle. I don't believe we're in a bear run. I don't believe we're in a bull run. I don't know. I need price to tell me what's going on. I need to see confirmation and price action. Until one of those two things happen. So I guess, you know what, I have to say we're in a bear run, because if we're not in a bull run, then we're in a bear run. It's like, if we're not trending up, then we're trending down. Look at this. This is a higher high. This is a lower low. This is a higher low, a lower high. This is a lower low. This is a higher low right here. All that did, look, the daily came up and we made a lower high. That's just confirming a downtrend, in my humble opinion. You know? We could go this far and say, all right, we're just in this, you know, we never broke out. We're in this strange rejection zone, you know. These wicks kind of hit. I don't like to use wicks, but if you do that, you can see we've been rejected by that point, you know. So I always have two different ideas because you never know. You can't, you know. Usually I narrow it down, and if it works for that trade, then you nailed it, you know. Who knows if it was the one or not, but it is the one for you at that moment in time, if you know what I'm saying. You know, like if this cup and handle plays out, and then it is what it is, like maybe no one else saw the cup and handle but me, but it did what it did for me. I keep talking about that. Everyone's like, what's right, what's wrong? I mean, you can't just like draw a backwards L and say that's what it is, right? There's certain patterns. But like, could it be this and could it be that? I mean, a lot of people would argue it can't be this, because you would take away from so many touches on the angles that you just kind of negate that idea. So, and I hold true to that a lot of times when making a pattern. So I would go for that, you know. So here's an idea for Bitcoin, and we could see lower, right? We could even wick to 45.8, and this would still be the bull. We could come on the daily and then just continue to consolidate on up. But what we do need is, just like we're in a downtrend there, then we're in an uptrend here if this holds to be a higher low. So low, we need a higher low. That was good max pain. They had everyone feeling too good right there. That was a nice max pain event. Had to bring the pain yesterday with the bearish engulfing candle, right? We did get wigged up off the low at 46,500, sitting at 47K. Let's take a look at what I see now. So the daily still has more downside. If you look at the bigger picture, the daily still has more downside, right? That 3-day just getting started, but I guess, struggling with the daily candles. And the weekly, really in our favor, flattening out, but in our favor to consolidate and get ready for a massive move. Like here, we kind of did our thing for a long period of time. We could do that here on the weekly, but at least we're not up here. And we went through it. As we got up here, I said, man, that means we're going to come down. And we saw the bearish divvy, and we did come down. So the weekly stochastics have been deadly accurate. They're low again, projecting flatline sideways and maybe even a little more downside. All right. But we are closer to the bottom than the top, says the weekly time frame. However, you can, nothing is guaranteed in trading. By probability wise, the probability says that. Okay. Wow. Tough times here for the 1 hour time frame. So, as suggested, to me, it looked like we were in a bit of a bear flag that was going to dump. And look, we did dump. And so we came up, went sideways, sideways, sideways. I was waiting for the dump. We dumped and came just back up again. I don't like this because what it does is it suggests more sideways action up here. And unless the momentum brings us up really high, it's kind of creating the idea that we may dump again. Measured move is 45,600. So looking like we'll see a $45,000 Bitcoin or 46. Sorry, looking like we'll see another $45,000 Bitcoin again. Are we making a giant double bottom? And this is another thing that people are looking at. It's been mentioned in the trading room or two. I've seen it, a double bottom here forming for Bitcoin. That's the best worst case scenario. That we do go lower, but it's a double bottom forming. All right. So there's some interesting concepts for you to bite on and chew on for BTC, right? If we take a look at the 15-minute, see where we're at for the day, it's not really giving us much but ups and down nonsense. Just, a lot. And that was a nasty, nasty dump this morning. 7 a.m. Clockwork, early morning dumps between 4 and 7 a.m. And coming back up now. This could be a bearish retest, which it looks like to me it is. A bearish retest trying to get back in the pattern, and then it's going to take its fall. I've seen this many times. So it tries to get back in the pattern and take the fall. 15-minute is about to get rejected and get high. So that's coinciding. And the 1 hour is about to be high, and that's coinciding. If it doesn't happen, fine. But I've seen it happen many times. So are we coming for the bearish retest? Look at the 7-minute. See, it looks just like a retest. If we were to flip this upside down, it looks just like a retest the other way, and then we pop to the upside, right? Double top, bearish retest, down, So watch out for more downside for BTC. Let's take a look at BTC 3S, which is a short for Bitcoin on KuCoin, right? And that's going to be doing the opposite, like we just showed you. It's going to be a bullish retest of the top trend line. So quickly and easily here we see Bitcoin ready to rev up and blast to the upside and do some serious damage. So there's the short for Bitcoin. Another 10% gains coming for BTC. Sadly, we'll probably take all the US down tokens down as well. We're talking, Link down, any down token that you really want to play. I got a little quick list here. Down leverage tokens. You got Link down, TRX down. Might be a fun one, right? Litecoin down, XTZ down. And, yeah, so ETH down, DOT down. And, yeah. So these are all on my radar. And they're all doing the same thing. They're doing the retest of the upper trend line of a bull flag. So you can do what you want. You can remain bullish and say, oh no, I don't do anything but what the charts tell me to do. And the charts are telling me that it's a short on the market, right? And yesterday we did the same thing. We hit the short nice and easily, exactly as planned. So sad to say, it looks to be like a short on the market again. So lifers, waking up today. Sad to say, I see some downside for Bitcoin. Obviously, it is only the 1 hour, so it looks like the short could only last, till the end of the day. Then it looks like we may pump tonight. Bitcoin will be oversold on the 1 hour, oversold on the 4 hour, and there'll be some signs of strength. We hope we can get a bit of a pump here. But right now, we're looking at DOT down, which looks like every down token. And look, it pumped up. This was yesterday's trade, kind of, down even here. But it pumped up, came back down for the retest. And that's a retest. Touching the 21, oversold. It is the 7-minute, don't mind it. But 15-minute, you can see, is coming down. 1 hour is about to be, got momentum. So, and not guaranteeing this, we hope that this gets negated. The idea is Bitcoin is up here and it could pump back up in, but we're looking for a bearish retest of the bottom trend line here, of what's called a bearish rectangle. It's a bear rectangle, bear pennant, whatever you want to call it. If you flip it upside down, it looks bullish to me. That would pump up an ascending triangle. So it's a bit of a descending triangle. It's bearish, and it dropped down already as suggested earlier, right? I saw more downside before I went to sleep. My last update was it looked like we could see some more downside for Bitcoin. And again, same thing occurring. We never even really, I would love it if we ended up down here this morning like we normally do, a nice oscillation. Stayed up here and got pinned. And now it's like either Bitcoin can get, so either you see Bitcoin back at like 47,009, 48,000, or we're probably going to see a bearish retest down to 45K. 45,600, 45,500. So I'm sticking to it. That's my analysis for BTC on the day. Now let's look at the show. Let's look at the world markets. Let's see what's going on around the world. Shout out to everyone in the chat. I'll see you. Let me pop out that chat. How many people we got on the stream? 100 people, 36 likes, 95. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it, even though we got a smaller crowd today because I'm coming in a little early. Popping out that chat. I don't know how Dingo does it. How does he get here this early every single time? I find it absolutely insane. Somebody say burn. No. That's, I have my attitude adjustment on my launch. You guys are awesome. CMA's in the house as well. All love and power to the Most High, Rob. Right. Love, it's in the air. I think we all rock. Let's hit the likes. Why nothing happened? BTC pump started. Raggy Man is here. Jamming. It's all over now. Guitar player. How the good son treating the fam, Sam? Oh, it's great. Sam's Florida burnout. Too many sunsets. What up, Leveragers? Come on in. If you hold Phantom or MATIC, you still feeling good. Welcome to Jay's. Please, IOTA. Thank you, kind sir. We'll take a look at IOTA for Sam B. IOTA, thank you, Grace, for throwing IOTA down. Little Schmitty. Shout out to Bullish Little Schmitty. Shout out to Stack McJange. Shout out to Grace. Shout out to Love Learning. Shout out to all my mods. Shout out to David Kendall, Tony Skogs. Dingo is a bot. He's the first on any stream. I don't know how he does it. Like, literally, I'll press the button. Within a millisecond, he's there. And he's like, hey, what up? And I'm like, hot. I'm just looking at him like, it's like he has my coordinates, which he probably does. Knowing Dingo. Knowing that Dingo. Shout out to everyone here on the live. Thank you for coming on in. Let's keep it moving with the show. Let's take a look at IOTA, which was hot yesterday. Kind of one of the stronger coins. Only thing doing any type of damage. Look at this. And you know what? when it's hot, it's hot. IOTA looking hot. You know, and IOTA is not blockchain. It's like a different type of train. It's entanglement theory. Get yourself involved. I remember when IOTA first came out, it uses the tangle, which is like an entanglement of information, which everything knows and switches back and forth. So it uses a different type. So is a Hedera hash graph uses hash graph, which is also possibly, some say, a superior form of blockchain data sharing information where computers talk back and forth. It was created by the man who created swirls. Swirls. Hedera is very interesting, although I feel it's very centralized, so I'm very weary of it, you know. I like what I'm seeing here for IOTA. Why? Because there's no signs of it being like kind of done. Let's take a look here. So to me, we could say it fell out of that pattern, but it broke back in. Look. Whenever this happens, I just negate like this. I act like this never happened here on the bottom. Just forget it, right? Back to previous support and resistance, right? That was an oldie. I changed my lines to yellow the other day. Sorry if it offends you. Excuse me, but your nose offends me. Excuse me, but your nose offends me. Look at this. So we broke back into the pattern, in my humble opinion. Shoulder, head, and shoulder of sorts, right? Overbought on that daily, though, right? Worries me, you know, So if we do get a play, it's a quick move, and it may not even happen. Let's just see the idea here. Bottom of the trend line, oversold 1 hour, 18% gains possible on a scalp, risking about 4.6%. Not too shabby. Okay, so there's, you know. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to show you guys how I turn 3 grand into 30 grand, right? And I'm going to do it no matter what the market is doing, right? And I'm going to show you how we do that. So the first, it was about 3,200, 32, 3, something like that. So the first trade was on, our little puppy, it's like, how could I forget it? Well, we'll go, hold on. I'll remember when I want to show the chart anyway, because I'm going to have to look at the chart when I look at the chart. Naka. It was on Naka. Naka did a nice little gain. So the 1 hour for IOTA may be the only thing we can sniff out that looks somewhat comparable, right? That's on Binance and Bolsa Dex. Remember, you can always access Bolsa Dex. So there we have it. And the thing is, as long as you do the same things over and over again, like I reiterate and I talk about, as long as we do the same things over and over again, we will become great at what we do. It won't matter how we do it, when we do it, or how we're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everyone here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you. Okay. We got LSS. Let's take a look. Okay, jump on in. So Bitcoin. We see more downside. I see a bearish retest coming right now for Bitcoin, beginning as we speak. Okay? Right there. Tried to get back in. There's your bearish retest. Coming on down. 15-minute and 1 hour want to come down. And when the 15-minute want to come up, I play them on the, you know. Hopefully this gets negated by some weird, strange miracle. But right now, this is a breakdown. And it's, you know, trying to get back in the pattern and it's falling out. So again, we've went over this again. Trade of the day is a short for BTC, right? Or a short on a smaller coin. Maybe Sol 3L. Maybe, you know, whatever your favorite coin that you like to play to the upside is, that's highly likely to play today, right? Sad to say, but that's what we're looking at here. So, and we're going to look at BTC3S, which we talked about already, and really that's the play of the day, right? Hold on. BTC3S on KuCoin. My daughter is listening to some type of battle in the background there. How was that? Is that Vikings, Summer? So we're looking at a bullish retest on the short today. You see how that works? Okay. And you can see, here we go. So moving forward, right? It's a beautiful day here in Sarasota, Florida. Oh my God, I'm telling you right now. Today's going to be absolutely gorgeous. You people live in absolute paradise. No reason to be upset for any reason. You know, I figured out the whole problem with my computer. As long as I don't use the laptop part, which is very strange, but as long as I don't open the laptop, open it up, it's going to rock fine, which I find very weird. But hey, dude, whatever works, you know, and you have to go into the settings back. If I close the clamshell, tell the computer to stay on. And you can get that setting to rock, and so I went and found that setting, put that on, and then when I close the computer, the two monitors just stay on. I modified the beginning a little bit with just a picture and the thing instead of two screens, so you know, whatever. And there you have it. And there you have it. So, yeah. Special times for special people, you know. So Bitcoin holding 47.3, but I do see some more downside, you know. Because even if Bitcoin pumps right now, which it looks like it may, because it looks like the 1 hour is setting up to pump a little bit. So even if this kind of dumps back down, which, you know, and I see just, you know, but it may just even start to pump here. In my humble opinion, this shorting Bitcoin is the highest probability in our favor, right? I'm hate to say it, I'm like pretty accurate, right? So. Yeah, 42K wick. Look, shoulder, head, possible shoulder. Some say even shoulder, head, and a little shoulder. You know, it's not the best idea, but that's possible. And there is a possible wick to 42K, and we are low. You know, the 4 hours suggests that we don't wick to 42K. The 4 hours suggests nay, but it all depends, right? So there we have the short for BTC, right? I was like, why did I stop hearing that? I was like, oh yeah, because you don't have the music on. Let's see what else they got for some reggae, because there's more than one reggae. We'll do reggae ska. Okay. I'm gonna keep it reggae. Reggae dub. I'll do reggae dub. That's more my style. Okay, so 3S. I'm liking 3S too. 3S on the radar, right? And just for the last week, we're just giving away, you know, we're showing you, if you were to join the Patreon for this last month, we want to just show people what you get. And so we're just sharing a lot of what we show here. I will pull back as the new year comes, and most will be sent to the patrons. But I just want to get everyone involved here for the new year. I'm in a good mood. It's our last couple days of the year, right? There's 2 days left, 3 days left in the year. The 29th, the 30th. Is there a 31st in December? There is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 days left in sunny Florida. I've been here since the 22nd. It's been a week now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days in sunny Florida. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I fly on the 6th. Oh man, can I just change my flight and stay forever? I don't want to go home. Shout out to everyone here on the live. Thank you for coming on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here and jumping on into the live. I'm the Crypto Lifer. Welcome to my live stream. I live stream every single day. Today I'm a little early because I'm on vacation, but I go from 10 a.m. to 12 every single day. We go over Bitcoin for the first 15 minutes. We ever go over the dollar index. And let's talk about the dollar, right? Because, look, the dollar's coming down on the 1 hour, but showing signs of a huge pump, too. So, look, the dollar's about to pump on the 1 hour, right? I looked at the daily, and the dollar wants to fly on the daily, which is not good for BTC. So, this is worrisome to me. that we're going to see a little trouble in the market. This has been very accurate in the past. You can put this up against the Bitcoin chart and look at them together, and sadly but surely, we'll go to the daily on BTC. We can even use the Coinbase chart. And go to the daily. And you can see, like, whenever this was low and ready to pop, right? Like right there, and we had our move, that's when Bitcoin began to struggle and started to drop. And then even during the sideways action here for the dollar is where Bitcoin would go down. See this? Bitcoin starts to drop. As Bitcoin pumps, as the dollar pumps up here, right there, the last time the daily was low, really low, that's when we would dump. And we were in a nice channel too here on the dollar. See this? Boom, boom. So the dollar's starting to go up. I mean, you can see it. Like, I would trade that as an altcoin. So the dollar is strong right now, but I'm not seeing that here in Bitcoin. To me, it's saying that Bitcoin's coming to the downside. They look opposite, right? Looks like you're going to get a pump in the US dollar and a dump down in Bitcoin. 42K could be the measured move. Some people are trying to turn this into a shoulder, a head, and a tiny little shoulder. I don't want to say it is, but at the same time, I'm so open-minded that, like, I'm open to it, right? So anything is possible. That's a 28K Bitcoin if that really is the case, right? So only time will tell. Are we still holding this line here? The thing is, the more we dabble with this, the more we play with the game, that we're not making a higher low on Bitcoin here. See, low, I mean, with that wick, it was very higher low though. Right now, we're holding that higher low. See this low, higher low. So kind of like so important that this area holds, and in all the oscillators are against us, and like we play them as a probability, and I never go against them probability wise, and it serves me very well. And they are telling me that, hey buddy, we have more downside. MACD is about to cross bearish downside, right? You even have some more a little downside here. Any saving grace is, do you have any single type of divergence? And like what we did see here was the bullish divergence, swing down to swing down and swing up to swing up, and that is a good sign. So that's a sign that that could be your bottom. But like, again, like we have to hold this line now. Like this has to hold here. So it's kind of a big deal. 47K. We're coming back down to 42,000, you know, easily. Look, daily gap is fast. I mean, a little spot in the middle at 45. But then the bearishness will ensue, and you can see a lot of stop losses will get hit, and you can see some selling ensue. So I do see a down red day for Bitcoin. However, by the, maybe 7, 8 o'clock tonight, we could begin to see a bit of a pump, So shout out to Love Learning. Thank you for putting MCRT on the radar. Wrote it to 07. Lifer skills. Beginner class is a godsend. I truly believe it's the doorway and foundation for every lifer. You made 2022 a great year of abundant opportunity. We will never tell you what to do with your money. This is all educational. Shout out to everyone here on the live stream. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Will you consider a cup and handle on near daily with the wick? We'll take a look at that. Maybe it's possible. Thank you for saying that. Super chats. Too crazy CRV. Do you know much about Curve DAO? I mean, I think Curve DAO is a great project. I think it's going to be around a long time. Can you check out Too Crazy? And do you know much about Curve DAO? Double dipping, I see. Double dipping. I love it. Let's keep it moving. Yeah, but look up IOTA, how it's the tanglement theory. Thank you so much, Love Learning, for the $20 super chat. It's very, very nice of you. Appreciate it. Respect to you and yours and your family on these beautiful days after Christmas, going into the new year. As everyone makes New Year's resolutions, get ready. My New Year's resolution is to not get burnt so much when I go in. And I usually do. I take care of myself. I usually, like, spend more time in the sun. I cover myself. I get a hat. I don't know what's up with me. I didn't get a hat for like 2 days. It was very strange behavior. It's almost like I knew I was going to get burnt, and I did. Listen to some other guy who was all about the land and the metaverse. So he talked about sandbox and decentralized. So mana and sand. No advice to give. I am only here for the golden voice. Yeah, remember Metapets is banging on him, up 860%. And I even like Metapets. When I first was looking at it, I was like, you know what? Metapets is hot. Just the name alone. I mean, it's Meta and Pets. Up 38% today, doing its damage. Metapets. And we'll take a look at some fun little coins here on the day. Magic Craft finally took a beatdown, but to ride it up to 7 cents. That's pretty pro. Eventually, you're going to see the parabola break. But we saw this thing, I mean, we were looking at it down here when it was a penny. And it went all the way, it did a 7x. Shout out to the Magic Craft team. Anyone that jumped in on Magic Craft. Doing absolute damage. A beautiful thing here. Magic Craft. And we'll take a look over at Metapets. Yeah, but that dollar wanted to pump. But the weekly for the dollar doesn't look great. So yeah, it'll have some time. It'll have maybe a week or two for niceness, and then it says it's over. So Metapet, let's look at it at a smaller time frame. There we have it. And this thing could be forming another leg up. You know, it's consolidating here. Somewhat of a bull pennant. Almost descending triangle bull pennant. I'll still give it the bull pennant. This thing is showing signs of life. It did it right here. The same type of thing and pumped up, right? You could even say it has this length. It could take a bigger length there. So it's just two targets, you know, a moderate and then obviously back to all-time high resistance, and then and then usually you have a little bit of resistance in these points here, right? In this range. So interesting. Metapets could have more legs, says the technical analysis. A lot of buys coming in for Metapets. People fiending for this stuff. Metapets. Metapets looking more bullish than anything else in the game. So Metapets is on the radar. You might just want to take a look, do your own research, find out what it is, look at the market cap, and get down on Metapets. But Metapets has been on our radar for a while, and that's what happens. When the market shifts, we find solutions for gains. So we don't sit still like a deer in headlights. We keep it moving, and that's why this channel is going to be here no matter what. MDL, Meta Decentraland, that's pretty hot. Charlie, learn support and resistance. Learn divergence. True that. I don't understand anything about investments or any chart stuff. I'm completely new. Welcome, Charlie. Get into the beginner's course every Tuesday from 3 to 5 starting in 2022. Should be within the next month or so. Charlie, this is a lifer channel. You know how long it takes to learn this? The rest of your life. Yeah. Should be within the next month or so. Shout out to everyone here on the live. Thank you for coming on in, jumping here. The money's coming here. The people that need to be here are here. The people that we need here are here. Could we look at ADA? Have you other guys ever used the automated bot to trade for you? A few times in my life, used bots. Like to use bots here and there, but just not a fan of it. Not a fan of it. Like to be in control. The market could shift and the bot could take a dump on you. So we're going to take a look here at the Dow, and we suggested when the Dow was down here that we would get our run up, and we did. Happened just as planned. Made my right shoulder just as I said we would. Very interesting. Usually we come down, I said, and we bounce either here or here. So expect the Dow, which is sad, but also. So they're setting it up. Like they're going to come out with bad news tomorrow. And show me the charts and I'll show you the news. So some bad news is going to come out tomorrow because the chart looks like it's going to dump on the daily. And then we're going to come out either down to this line here, 35, or down to this line here. And we could even hit the bottom trend line. Highly likely we don't. And then we could pump on up. So I'm not like overly bearish. I'm just showing you the Dow Jones does suggest that we will have a drop tomorrow, and only up, what, 12 points today, holding at 10 points. Looks like it's eventually going to go negative on the day, right? Also, the strong dollar is not good for the Dow as well. When the dollar pumps, it's not great on the Dow. Let's take a look at the total market cap for cryptocurrencies. And we got rejected by $2.5 trillion right there. Look, 2.5, really $2.48 trillion. Couldn't get above it. That was a resistance point. Look, that was our last kind of resistance here. A little bit of mesh. You know, you can see there's a lot of action here. We bounced, we bounced, we bounced, we bounced. So we couldn't get by it. We bounced here. We came all the way back, and now we're bouncing off the 2.19 trillion. We did wick to as low as 2.17 with the 200-day moving average moving through the bottom of the pattern. The daily still has more room to come down, so we could see some more downside, right? Let's take a look at the 1 hour. Is it worse or better than... It's curving here, showing signs of like a stoppage right now, showing signs that it could break back up to the upside, but we need to see that move up. This is also could be doing a bearish retest, and we need to see this break back up into this bigger pattern, right? So the only good thing I'm seeing here, look at this. When we zoom in, this could be considered your swing low to swing low. And we could do the same here on the RSI. And we do see some bullish divergence forming here, suggesting that that's our bottom at 2.21. You know, the Stokes suggest not, but they can be manipulated with price, so we'll watch closely. We could also just suggest this is a falling wedge here. And look, shoulder, head, impossible shoulder, slanted, drunken, inverted. The slanted, drunken, inverted head and shoulder, which is very possible as well. All right. Okay, so that's what we're looking at here for total on the 1 hour. Okay. On the 1 hour. 2.2 trillion really needs to hold. If it does not, we could see 2.1. And then if that doesn't hold, we're looking at 2, and that's our double bottom. 2 trillion is our double bottom. Then we could wick, and now we're talking like kind of like, you know, a longer, more consolidative time, more of a mini bear market, and this is possible, right? Where we're going to have to trade our way through and really, but the beauty of that is we're going to learn to trade better than anyone else in the game, and you're going to come out of it a pro trader, you know. You just go through a regular bear run, you know, you'll come out okay trader, but a regular bull run, you'll come out an okay trader. Hopefully you come out with paid, you know. But, you know, you may not have the skill to continue into the next level, right? And look, we talked about this pumping. You know how I trade. And we went over this, but you know how I trade just like this. Boom, boom, boom. With the stop loss at the previous low. And so what's beautiful about this is no stop loss got hit in the making of this trade. 3-to-1 risk reward ratio. And look at that. That would have been a nice. It would have taken a lot longer, right? Just keep extending it, tight, and boom. I mean, that was still a pretty fat gain. 69% for GSX. But we've been watching this ever since it did that crazy pump, even before that. But GX chain, which is GXS. A lot of excesses. DREP doing damage. We didn't look at DREP. I haven't looked at DREP. Just out of nowhere, DREP deciding to pump. You know, they're like, oh, we'll just pump DREP real quick. Dusk BTC. An oldie but goodie. Breaking out of the flag. Look, these are flags. Measured move. Low on the 1 hour with the loop. Bang, bang, bang. Dusk BTC. Rose BTC for the win. And look, we mentioned this. Look at that. And there's the target at 39. So Rose for the win. Look at this. Hit the exact target that I have planned here. Look at that. And wicked right back down. Absolute insanity. Bounced off the 618, which was the end of the wedge for this. Look at this beautiful play for Rose. For the win. Rose. I mean, that's insane. Look at the technical work here. And Rose just showing signs of life regardless of the market. All right. And near. getting busy as well. Near doing damage. We talked about near yesterday too as well. Went over it in depth. Near. And then it kind of formed a flag here on the 1 hour as well. So near. Hot coins today. Near, DREP, Dusk. MAHA keeps doing its thing. MAHAW. I've been holding this thing for a long time. MAHAW. Somehow just keeps beating up on ETH. It's at the bottom of the barrel though. Look at that. But lately, every day, it's up a little bit. CRV, up 10% as well. A Dow, right? And we talked about this yesterday. And so far, no stop loss got hit. But look, it's pumping, doing its thing out of the falling wedge here. Came up, hit. The target was right there, which was the previous high at 637. That's why, you know. And we came right to 607, right? So, CHR up 7%. Let's take a look at Zilliqua. Golden Cross approaching, right? Let's take a look at that on the 4 hour. So this is on my radar. It has this Metropolis coming out. It has a lot of big news. So Zilliqua's on the radar for sure. Let's take a look at, yeah. See, look at this pennant it's forming. And it's getting tighter and tighter, in my humble opinion. And it's not acting like BTC. It's kind of got its own thing going. It's got some big news coming out. So I definitely would keep Zilliqua on the radar, right? No matter what the market's doing, Zilliqua has some big news. So jumping headfirst into the metaverse, and I believe it's going to make some waves. And they just keep pushing out news every few days. If you're in the Patreon, I gave you a bunch of news from Blockfolio that looked absolutely scrumptious. Hope you read through that article. It's pretty insane for Zilliqua and the Metropolis. So don't count out Zilliqua and the Metropolis. Yeah, looking bullish despite the market. But I truly believe if Bitcoin dumps hard enough, it'll hold every coin hostage. Every single coin. Okay. Coast, we talk about Cocos. Pumping up today, up 7%. CHR, Litecoin, Sushi. Look at this. Sushi's been hot. And Sushi really wants to go again. 1 hour's a little high, though. Look for the retest. Don't jump on the green candle. But you should wait for that retest bounce. And I put an alert right here. Look at the 15-minute as well. That's coming up a little high, right? Could have a little more punch. And once it breaks this line, though, it's gonna go. I mean, that's a nice resistance point that it's gonna fly from. Let's see the measured move here for Sushi. Yeah, so I would watch Sushi for gains. It's been defying the rest of the market as well. Yeah, somewhere in that zone, and I always just put my stop like somewhere back in the pattern or near the pattern, you know. And then we have Sushi. Boom. $9.06. Target says $11.36. And Sushi's been bullish the past few days. We're also going to take a look at capacity in Cargo X. These are low cap gems on the low. CAPP on KuCoin. I think the baby's awaking. So look at capacity. Forming this beautiful falling wedge against Bitcoin. It seems to pump nicely against BTC. It's done it before. It could do it again. I feel like it broke out of this wedge. Now it's forming a bit of a cup and handle flag here. And it hasn't been shy against BTC at all. Capacity. Shout out to the win for Rose. Rose banging on him. I can see 42% gains against Bitcoin on capacity The reason is not many people hold it. The people that do hold it, I think, are whales and other people. And so it doesn't seem to get sold off. So when Bitcoin falls off, it stays strong and actually gains against Bitcoin. And I've been watching this for a while occur more than once. So putting it back on the radar with a low 1 hour. Again, this is just for the afternoon. This is the 1 hour stochastic. Okay? Bear with me now. But that's capacity, right? Capacity. You also want to look at Cargo X, something on the low most people don't know about. These only have BTC pairs. And look at Cargo X for the win. We talked about it yesterday. Bang, bang, bang. Look at that. Cargo X. My pick yesterday on the low, up 12%. Hey, I'll take anything I can in a sketch market. Long as you're not, rule number 1, don't lose money. Rule number 2, look at rule number 1. Boom. Right? So this could go up and do damage. Another possible 12% here on the 15-minute. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. 1 hour is a little spent, so I'd be wary of it. 15-minute scalp possible, but that's about it, right? Yeah, okay. Shout out to Joe with the $5 good morning. Appreciate you, Joe. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Good to hear you're through the eye of the needle health-wise. Herd immunity is kicking in. Yeah, this is going to be good. Super chat. Too Crazy and MCRT. We looked at MCRT. Let's take a look at Too Crazy. And remember, don't type in 2 first. Type in D or something, and then type into CRZ. Why? Because if you type into 2, it thinks you're doing something different with the program. Because it interpolates numbers different than it interpolates letters, right? The TradingView software is what I'm talking about. So this is what we're looking at here, and I've been watching Too Crazy. And yeah, like, can we get that? Or is that, yeah, actually, hold on. That's what we want to see. But again, starting a double bottom here at 2 cents, even lower at 1 cent and 0.8 cents. Too Crazy. 177% gains if this market can correct itself and Too Crazy can get back up. It's a great project. Smart NFTs, quick NFTs, good. I like the marketing and I like what the website looks like, right? So cool team. I don't own any Too Crazy. I'm just being honest about what I see. Okay, Raven Coin on my radar too. Another sleeper that tends to pump a little bit when nobody's paying attention. Raven Coin. When I look at it here, it's just kind of doing its thing. I like this reggae. This is some cool reggae. I have to give it to it. Like, I like whoever made this track. This is hot. That was hot. That put us all in the zone. I was in the zone. So I didn't even really notice how beautiful the music was till it was over. Kind of almost want to run that back. What was that? Right? That was how he ended it too. Dub. Yeah, Martin Backlewood. Pretty good. Let's find out. Let's see more about him. Like indie pop, reggae beats, reggae tonica. He like mixes it. I like what he's doing. Ooh, already from the bat, I like that. Keep it moving with the rocks down, run. Keep it moving with the rocks down. Right. So SNX been struggling back at $5. One of the worst investments I ever made in 2021 was SNX. Still could do damage here on the daily time frame once it can figure itself out and get back up to $34. Funny. The end is not over. It's not over, but hey. Consolidated bull again for SNX. Just looking at that. Haven't looked at it in a long time. How long can we go death row? Shout out to AK. Big Sam, Zionomics made the same move as Magic Card. Looks rare. Zionomics, another new one on the radar. Look, up 104% today. Dang, market cap only 1.5 million. Zionomics, let's take a look at this thing. We'll take a look at it on the website. We'll also take a look at the pair here. Hit the save button here. Metapet's looking hot. Remember that. Metapet's on the radar. This channel does pretty well, but, you know, do your own research. Wow, look at this thing. Zionomics just did damage. Absolute damage. Wish we had seen it or known about it, but hey, we know about it now. Tiny market cap. And we'll take a look over at this website, Zionomics. About, roadmap, tokenomics, contact, game. Pretty weird. The Matrix has you. Elon Musk believes that the world may be a simulation. Zionomics agrees we're living in a simulation. There's no reality. There is only ZIOX. Now you must make a choice. You can take the blue pill. You sell. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and you believe whatever you want to believe. You hodl. You stay in Wonderland and you see how deep the one. Zionomics is a P2E gaming platform that will provide the building blocks for developers and publishers to create fully programmable, obtainable digital goods that have real utility and monetary value. These goods are immune from fraud as all data will be hosted and stored on the blockchain, lowering the cost and time to create. The protocol reduces the complexity of the blockchain if blockchain applications and provides accessibility to developers. The Zionomics technology stack will enable individual users and publishers. Sounds like a great story. Are they actually going to do it? Do they have it? What's going on? What's up with the game? Okay. We'll let this load. Maybe we'll jump on into something else while we let that load. Shout out to me. Hit that like button, people. Shout out to everyone here on the live. It's a beautiful day in Pete. Good morning. Lifers running a little behind. It's all good, man. We were running a little early, so it's all good. No worries. STORJ, right? Another one that likes to pump regardless of the market. And look at this market setup for STORJ. Just want to kind of break it down here. It's getting tight. Showing like it may break out again. So I'm just watching STORJ. And again, Bitcoin can ruin every setup, remember that. But if we could go sideways and hold that 200-day moving average on the daily time frame, we could see some serious gains for STORJ. And that's a nice bullish pattern, you know, if I must say myself. STORJ is setting up for a beautiful bullish pattern. It's got to get through the daily, right? It's not out yet. It's not perfect yet. That was some weird music, but it was okay. It got us through. It got us through. Yeah, so the only thing on my radar really, yeah, sushi on my radar. But, you know, trading is high risk, high reward right now. Trading is high risk, high reward. Definitely watch out. Not easy pickings today. And Bitcoin, you know, honestly, I would, as we said before, the short for Bitcoin is the one, right? One BTC. Let's take a look at one because one's been doing its thing against Bitcoin. One's got big news. One doesn't really seem to care. Let's see what we see here. So you look at one kind of forming this here. So I definitely would watch one. One's been showing signs of life against Bitcoin. And when I mean watch one, I mean just keep it on your radar. Start paying attention. You may miss it when it pumps, but then you'll be like, okay, I get it now. You know, just slowly get yourself acclimated with these BTC coins. Trading BTC pairs. This is some strange news here. Korean crypto exchange Coin1 will no longer allow withdrawals to unverified external wallets. Coin1 will no longer allow withdrawals to external wallets unverified. So Coin1, what does that mean, right? What is a verified? You know, if you need to withdraw Coin1's virtual assets to another virtual asset wallet, in accordance with the fulfillment of the customer verification system obligation. You must register the wallet address to be able to withdraw. The external wallet includes any wallets that third parties offer, including hot online cold. Interesting. It's impossible to register a wallet address that cannot verify identity. And I'm telling you right now, stuff like that, when you see stuff like that, what do you think of? You think of 1inch. You know, when you see decentralization, and, you know, is that why Sushi's pumping? Could we see a movement in DeFi, right? And so DeFiPerp is another thing that we look at here. DeFiPerp, I want to see the index perpetual futures, right, on DeFi. And you can see that the chart's a little more bullish than Bitcoin's. Bitcoin's more in a rising wedge. This is a little more bull pennant-esque. Chart's very similar. It's just a little safer, right? And why? I mean, people can stake in DeFi. People can make a return on DeFi without having to trade. I'm going to change this. Sounds like we're in a scary movie. You did good for a while, my friend, but then you got us into an ambient flowing chamber. It was awesome while it lasted. Appreciate that. So there's DeFiPerp showing signs of life. So are we safe in DeFi? If a lot of your portfolio is in DeFi, are you okay? Could we decouple? What's going to happen? Anything is possible. I'm not guaranteeing anything, though. You know, I'm just talking out loud, seeing what I see as it is. So this is hot. Look, and this is flagging. Let's be honest with ourselves. I'm just going by the TA. You know, to me, it's a little extended. It says no, but the TA says yes. And it's funny, a lot of times the TA will completely negate my logic. You know, there's a possible scalp here. Possible scalp. I'm not going to post it. If you see it on the live, you know, I mean, I don't know. It's a possible scalp, though. Have to be honest. Again, for me, just something I'm looking at. High risk, high reward. And right now trading is high risk, high reward. But there's a possible scalp. 7-minute scalp. You know, looks like it come down a little more. Fulfill the end of that triangle. Yeah, but the worse the market, the quicker I'm in and out of trades. You get it? When the market's up and down, it's very similar to being a fisherman. When it's choppy, you only go out for a little while. Do what you can, come back in. You can't be outside in the choppy weather all day long, right? You get sick, you're just up and down, up and down. Stuff like that. But, you know, when the market's more, you know, more consistent, then you're out longer. Then I use bigger time frames. When the market's up and down, I use smaller time frames. And the same thing, up and down, it's the life, you know? It is what it is. So we looked at the dollar index, we looked at total, we looked at the multiple coins that I believe are on the radar. Let's just take a look at what we see here. Look, Zionomics, dude, already down 100% from that 400. People taking profits. Remember, you got to on these little coins. Let's take a look at the whole market. Are there any strong coins right now? Usually, you know what it is? Look, SHIBA Surfer. I like the name of that. Ruby currency, SHIBA Surfer. That looks hot. It's funny. Just gonna take a look at the chat. Wow, that thing skyrocketed and then boom. High risk, high reward, man. You gotta be careful. So Oasis rose, and we were all over it. We talked about it. We were making it live peer up 5%, LPT, and near protocol. XDC coming back in the game for a little bit. And Helium. Helium is usually one of the winners against Bitcoin because of the mining, because people want miners. People are just getting their miners too. You have to remember, when they slow roll that, when it takes so long to get your miner, that propels use case kind of for a longer period of time. You get what I'm saying? You get what I mean, because someone ordered it, it finally comes, they're like, oh yeah, like my HNT, you know?
So it's like it's got its own kind of chronological movement is what I mean due to that, right? So I see it coming back down here, bottom of the channel, but then fulfilling its duty, probably touching the 21, right? This is something we could see. It's forming a bit of a little flag here. The flag could be strong, but I wouldn't be surprised if with the, Bitcoin kind of takes a little fall, we come back down here somewhere, come on up, and then pump. But HNT is looking strong, as usual. The last time Bitcoin had a dump, we talked about what is strong in a bear run. And we said it's HNT, and we said curve Dow. We also looked at Celsius, and we found out the bear market coins that would probably do well against BTC, it's HNT. So then you think about playing HNT BTC, okay, and mining yourself some Bitcoin against Bitcoin. So there's always an opportunity in the market. We're going to find it for you no matter what. Stay clear-headed, stay level-headed. Keep yourself focused, and all will be well. All will be well in the game. Shout out to everyone here on the live. Thank you for coming on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being a part of the live stream and jumping on in. Can we look at Seller from Tori McFarland? Shout out to Torley, my man. My man. So I would watch HNT. I would watch HNT on that daily. Looks like the daily has a little more downside, but it could stay in that flag that I made at the top there. I'd redraw this for yourself. Take a look at it. I believe it's going to make that cup and handle come down a little bit more to the bottom of the channel, bottom trend line of that beautiful bull flag. And then HNT does look bullish for more. So HNT's on the radar. Something you got to, chart yourself and track it. Set some alerts and keep watching it on the radar. HNT.
All right, so then.
Okay, so moving forward. All right, so moving. I like it, man. Stream is acting absolutely great. We figured it out. This computer cannot somehow operate its own screen. It takes up too much of the graphics card and melts itself down. So the screen is just too big for the computer to run. It makes it hot, like everything about it. If you plug in external monitors and just use that as a brain, this computer will last you and run really well. However, it took me, a month and a half to figure this out. And it honestly shouldn't be the case, but, now it's running like smoother than butter. I shouldn't even say anything. I shouldn't say that, right? One last thing we got to look at is Bitcoin dominance. And then we're going to wrap up the show. Quick 1 hour show today. Don't want to waste your time. Don't want to waste my time. It's too beautiful here in sunny Florida. Right? We got to look at what's up for the charts, see the plays that are possible, make our moves, and then call it a day. All right, so look at Bitcoin dominance is still forming this inverted headed shoulder, suggesting that it wants to pump to the upside. All right, and Bitcoin's in a bad way. Whenever I see Bitcoin dominance about to pump and Bitcoin about to dump, this suggests that we could see a massive dump for Bitcoin, and we're going to see a lot of people stopped out into Bitcoin. All right, as well as remember we were juxtaposing this with tether dominance. That's kind of the play, right? You juxtapose it with Bitcoin and you juxtapose it with tether dominance. When you juxtapose it with tether dominance, daily time frame for both. So we're low on the daily, suggests we want to pump, right? Now, when dominance is high on the daily, that usually means that Bitcoin's going to go on a rally and dominance is going to pump up. So I figured this out because the other day, remember I was like, we don't know if Bitcoin dominance is going to go up or down. We know there's going to be either a dump or a pump, but there's going to be a massive move for Bitcoin. And now look, the tether dominance wants to pump up. Well, Bitcoin dominance wants to pump up. That means Bitcoin's going to go down. We figured this out. Like, we can predict the market with this. It's pretty simple, right? And it makes sense. Like, it makes complete sense. Now, if Bitcoin's going to go pump up here, but this is going to dump down, which we've seen before here. Where is it uncorrelated? Right. Let's see. Right here, look. Bitcoin is kind of going sideways up, like on its way up, right? Or kind of on the way up here. Look, dun. And then the US tether dominance drops. And that was a move, huge move for Bitcoin. But when that tether dominance pumps up with Bitcoin, usually means there's a drop for Bitcoin coming. So that's a little bit of a pickle. So tether dominance and Bitcoin can tell you something about the market. Whether you want to listen or not, it's completely up to you. The lifer's showing you things you may not want to see. A year from now, you'll break down back, damn, he was just trying to help me. He wasn't trying to piss me off and be bearish, Shout out to everyone here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for coming on in. Thank you for jumping on into the live stream. Appreciate all the chat revenue. Appreciate all the support. Appreciate the likes. Thank you for the $47. Thank you for the 87 likes. Thank you for the 124 people watching on this lovely, lovely day. Good morning, Sam. Good to see you and the rest of the lifers this morning. Shout out to Zeri Allegiance. I'll be over around 2 or 3, Sam. Not financial advice. Bam. Bam. Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful day here in sunny Florida. Shout out to Rodney Robinson coming on over. Now I got friends coming over. Like, I got friends in Florida who come over the house. I feel like I live in Florida. Like, yeah, I'll see you at 3 o'clock, man. Check you out. Yeah. So cool. Shout out to everyone here on the live. Thank you for coming on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here and jumping on into the live stream. What a blessing it is to be alive. When my tech works, I'm happy as a clam. You'll see me chilling like a villain. Just happy doing my thing. Also, the computer gets way less hot when that thing, everything about it is wondrous. So, hey, I'm happy, man. Things are going well. I can't complain. Look, we haven't had one. Look, let's bring out the drop frame report, which is right here. Look, you have no notifications. I figured it out. I conquered the tech. I cooled down because I'm supposed to be the man with the plan. I'm supposed to be in charge at all times. Got everything rocking and rolling. You know what I'm saying? So, ooh, look at this. Ready Player One. Ready Player Me raises $13 million to expand metaverse platform. The three-dimensional avatar platform seems to expand its digital presence throughout the metaverse heading into 2022. I had a sleepy this whole time. Nobody told me. Metaverse gaming platform Ready Player Me has announced a $13 million Series A funding led by the respective co-founders of Wise and Teleport. Tavert Sten, with the further participation from co-founder of GitHub, Tom Preston Werner, alongside Samson, Next, Convoy Ventures, and G-Money. The platform intends to utilize the capital to advance ambitions for avatar interoperability between metaverse worlds. This initiative supports the thesis of multiple digital dimensions as opposed to a singular model. A critic often leveled at Meta. This initiative supports the thesis of multiple digital dimensions as opposed to a singular model, a critical often leveled at Meta, formerly known as Facebook, amid cautions of its attempts to land grab or monopolize the metaverse space. Aside from this, Ready Player Me will also expand its workforce to over 70 employees and support its community of developers with the introduction of new application program interfaces and software development kits to enhance the product offering and, in turn, the front-end user experience. Today, Ready Player Me Avatar's model is being utilized by more than 1,000 companies and organizations, ranging from Somium Space to Verizon. In addition, the platform has established collaborative partnerships with seasoned commercial brands Warner Brothers, DYOR, and New Balance, among others. The metaverse isn't a single app game. It is a network of thousands of virtual worlds people visit to play, work, and collaborate. It makes no sense for you to create a new avatar for each game or experience. Your avatar should be able to travel with you across the metaverse. But everyone wants to own that avatar or be the one who created it. And that's going to be a monopoly whenever, it's kind of weird because it's like your digital, identification that we have now. I never realized that. Like when you sign up for Chase and you use a Chase card, like throughout the world, you become the Chase. Chase is like the shell of who you are in your financial world. It's kind of like someone wants to eventually be our shell, our avatar shell. I mean, maybe you could be smart and make your own avatar that can connect to it all. That's the plan. That's the hope. How's the burn? Is it bad? What do you guys think of the Airbnb? Is it cute? Cute little Airbnb, right? Up to par. Sam, if you have a minute, can you please look at MCRT? It ran back up again from 0 to 04 again. Thanks, Sam. Have a beautiful day in the sun. Lord, I put the email. Lord, I put the email address up. I don't know what he means. Oh, yeah, there are links under the video for Lord. Oh, Lord is asking things. Yeah. Good morning, Sam. Good to see you and the rest of the lifers this morning. Yeah, shout out to you guys. But yeah, so the lifer stream's acting great. Excited for that. And we're getting a pump on Bitcoin. Of course, they're taking the shorts for a ride. Let's clean this up. Again, though, I suggested there would be a little bit of a pump because you see the 1 hour wanted to give us a little room. See? But it didn't, you know. Oh, thank God, though. Look, we got back into the pattern. These dudes are crazy. Look, these guys are insane. So, thank God. No bearish retest. They got us back inside the pattern. That's okay. But it looks like we're just going to hit the top and get rejected. I don't think we get out of this pattern, but you never know. Let's take a look at the 15-minute. Maybe even the 7-minute. Yeah, we're getting extended on all time frames. Looks like we're going to come back down. But thank goodness we got back inside the pattern. Hey. But it still is a bearish, it's a bear pennant. It's a bear rectangle. But you know, let's hope that the 1 hour, now when it resets back down, right? Comes down here, just comes back down to the bottom of the channel. And then we bounce on up. And then we bounce out of this. All right? But we fell out of the last one. This is looking very similar. Only good sign is that we got back into the pattern, pumping back up to $48,000. So Bitcoin, I'm still expecting downward movement later on throughout the day because we're going to be overbought. But hey, so don't get sucked up by this movement. They could just be playing with the longs and the shorts, you know, but they definitely liquidated some shorts on the low right now. That's what they did. A bunch of people set up for the bearish retest right there, and they figured they could just grab them up. So it's kind of simple, makes sense, and they might just bring us right back down now that they got what they needed. And I've seen that happen many times. So be on the watch for that. All right. MATIC BTC looking bullish though against Bitcoin. Play of the day, MATIC BTC. Trade of the day right here. No lie. Trade of the day is MATIC BTC in a bit of a cup and handle. Sammy cup and handling the day. Bam. I like what I see here for MATIC BTC. Measured move about 16%. See, the gains get smaller and faster when we're in chop. But watch MATIC BTC. And I want to look at Phantom as well and MATIC. And let's pop out that chat before I get out of here. And we'll be back to regular scheduled, all regular things when I get home after the 3rd. Look at Phantom kind of flagging out here. Look at that. You could almost do this, actually. Phantom looking bullish. Look at that. Possible double top, but it could be holding that level, and we're oversold in that 1 hour. 15-minute needs to reset, so look for it to reset, right? Watch that 15-minute for and expert entry, sniper entry. So these are looking opposite of BTC. Phantom and MATIC. Our favorite two pairs looking hot to trot. So, hey, we're going to find the money in the market. We just keep pushing, keep looking. It takes me, sometimes it takes me an hour. Sometimes it takes me 2. But eventually we figure it out, right? Bell. All right. Showing some signs of life here. Kind of breaking out there, right? Yeah, I mean, look, Sand looked just like this 2 days ago. MATIC pump like this, and Phantom. They all look just like this. You know, you could ride out that 1 hour, but it looks like Bell wants to move on the 4 hour as well. So Bell on my radar. Kind of like a sleeper like Rose. You know, and there's a cup and handle there. So Bell on the radar as well. I would watch Bell for sure. And we'll jump back into Metacraft and it's Magicraft in a second. MCRT, right? Magicraft. Wow. Wait, hold on. No, wait. Hold on. Let me just make sure it's. I like to make sure I'm doing the right thing. We find the gems for you each and every day, no matter what, no matter what's happening. We find the gems. I don't know how we do it, but we do it. Just relentless showing up every single day and not taking a day off, right? I mean, that's a bullish flag right there on the 1 minute. Hard to see there, but wow. So this thing dumped down to 4, pumped all the way back up to 11 cents just now. Wow. Broke that all-time high. Now it's back at about 7 cents again. Wow. You really have to look at it on the smaller time frame like we're talking about. The 1 minute, it's just moving too fast. And there's a bull flag there. This thing is looking so bullish. Pretty insane. Wow. MCU Magicraft. Take a look, guys. It's continuing to go up in value. Magicraft, right? Let's take a look at our baby XDC. We were trading XDC on and off too as well. I have like the entire KuCoin Rolodex in my head, man. I'm like, oh yeah, XDC, Propel, remember Propel, remember Money, remember ILA, right? Infinite Launch, remember Money was Monster Infinite. And look at this thing, booming, XDC. And I think it has more legs to go. 4 hour in, just getting, a little overbought though, so I'll flag it out. But that's something on my radar now. I put 2 alerts on, 4 hour and the 1 hour, just to keep myself honest about it. And I'll be watching it. AKRO back at the bottom of the pattern. But to me, it's getting tight, and it's only a matter of time. 4 hours getting low. I'd watch AKRO on my radar right now. All right, AKRO. I got too many coins, too many ways to make a gain. The market can't take me out when I know more about the market than they think I should. They're like, the average guy ain't gonna go that hard, so we don't need to worry about the. So they'll let us win. You get it? They'll let us win because the average guy is just not gonna do the work that we do. It's just not going to happen. So look at that sand move. Everyone's wondering what's sand going to do, right? Look how fast I am with it, too. No wasting time. Come on, man. There's no better channel in the game. These guys will play with you and say they know. Say they can do it. I don't even have to say a word. Just watch. Watch what I'm doing. Watch how quick we do it. Watch how we make a setup. Watch how we build. Look, bounce right here to a wick. GameStop about to pop. I shouldn't even mention that. Let's go back to sand. So look at this. Sand. I can see sand getting up here to 12. Measured move for sand. And the 4 hour's ready to go, right? And the last time sand was on the 4 hour, it did some serious damage. So, hey, we already wicked to the 618 Fibonacci levels. Sand wanted to go to the upside, right? It could come a little lower. We're not sure. Somewhere in this range, right? And then we can take a look at the call-out price note here, which is about 12 beans, okay? So there you have it for sand. Another 119% gains coming out of sand. Sand, the hottest coin in the metaverse, technically. Sand is the metaverse, right? It's kind of like the S&P of the metaverse. In a way, right? It's kind of interesting because we have that now. We have these bigger ideas, and then we have like bigger coins represent the larger industry, and sand is one of those. And that's kind of how I look at it, right? It's an ETF almost. It's an index. I mean, it just encompasses so much of what the metaverse is. So many people know about it. As sand moves, so does the metaverse, right? So let's not let Bitcoin's up and down today get in the way of what we see happening on the 4 hour for these alts, because there's still moves to be made here. And we're going to look at MetaHero before I get out of here one last time as well. And there's so much. MetaHero, Gala, Blocktopia. The list goes on, right? Let's take a look at Hero. You won't see more coins going over here, more things on your radar. If you didn't know, now you know type of thing going on here. Let's take a look at MetaHero on KuCoin. And we're KuCoin warriors over here. 13.8, I keep waiting. Look, there's the double bottom. 1, 2. Pull my fib back. Look at that. Fell out of the wedge. Could be double bottoming here. There's a chance there's our double bottom. Right? Interesting. Strong resistance, resistance, resistance. It's at resistance, support and resistance now. Just redrawing it for my own mental clarity. We're sitting at the 706, right? We were in the golden pocket for a while. We have this resistance to break. Once we do, we'll do damage, right? It's just that simple. It's getting tight. The daily is getting overbought, right? The 4 hour did its thing with the 200-day moving average like we talked about. Now we're down below it. We're playing with it. Hero. This may be the nibble, honestly. 13.8. And we could go even lower. So I've been humbly waiting to accumulate this. I haven't even touched it yet. Not one nibble yet. I've been humbly waiting to accumulate this thing. And there we have it. I mean, I'm looking at this thing going to 32. and I'm DCAing. I am personally accumulating in these areas here. Yeah, these are my accumulation zones. For Meta Hero, personally. Okay. There's a nice, about a 3x waiting if this can be played correctly. But it's got to be done right, and I've been waiting on it for literally 3 weeks now. Let's see, since December 1st, yeah, for a month. It's felt like a year. But I've just been doing my thing, patiently waiting. Okay. And let's check back on BTC before I get on out of her for the da. Let me take a look at that chat. 47,008 holding. So 47K back in the pattern, but I'm telling you, I don't trust this day at all. And I don't trust this move at all. And I look at even that bearish pin bar pattern, you know, got rejected hard at the top of the pattern. People sold that 48,000 so fast. Suggest that we're coming back down. That 1 hour's hot. I wouldn't be surprised if we dumb back down again later on today, or maybe even double bottom here. That's something crazy or weird. So look for this 46,008 to possibly be revisited. You know, if you're up right now, it might be a good time to take a nibble on some profits. Again, I'm not your financial advisor. Do whatever makes you happy. Okay? Nothing I do and say here is financial advice and shouldn't be taken as such. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I do and say on this channel is financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence before getting into any trade or project. Okay? Okay. Thank you so much for being here today, everybody. I'm going to jump on out for the day. There's your Bitcoin update. Gave you multiple ideas, thoughts, right? Opened up a short if you need to. Showed you how to play that game, right? Showed you the coins that I believe were hot. Went over all the bullishness and the bearishness of the markets. Went over total too. Went over the entire Dow Jones market as well. Showed you the Dow. Went over the dollar index. Went over U.S. Tether dominance as opposed to Bitcoin dominance. We gave you the world today. There's really not a better channel that can really give you the scope of what's happening in cryptocurrency. So, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you so much for the love. And I'll see each and every one of you tomorrow on the next live stream. Stream was beautiful, absolutely amazing, excellent connection the entire time. So, thank you so much. I love you all, and I'll see you guys on the next live stream. Peace, be safe, have a wonderful day, and remember, life is a blessing, and cherish every moment that you have. Amen. I love you all. Crypto is life. I'll see you on the next live. Peace.